Welcome back to POV Podcast. I'm Liz.
I'm Dana.
I'm Dior.
And I'm Nas. And as you can see, we have two new people to the team. They like to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Dana. My major is liberal arts. When I transferred to be psychology, I'm in my second year, and my career aspiration is to be an EY professional.
My name is Dior. My major is engineering science. I'm a sophomore here. My major does not align with my career aspirations. I'm just getting the paper through. And yeah, let's get started.
Wow, okay. To start off this week's topic, we're going to be talking about our first week back at school. So,
How did you guys' first couple weeks back start?
I'm just now getting my sleep schedule right, which is pitiful, but it is what it is.
that's what it be.
So how you been going to sleep at?
Honestly, I think it was just coming off of the summer because we were peer leaders. Once that ended, my sleep schedule just went out the window.
That's how it be.
I mean, I had a couple quizzes, had a couple tests. I'm doing good. Just gas. Yeah.
I would say my first couple of weeks were pretty stressful. I'm taking calculus too.
I'm
with
so sorry.
a horrendous professor.
So sorry.
Not throwing any shade, he doesn't teach. But yeah, it's been pretty stressful. No tutors as well. Shout out Mercer. And yeah.
That's how it be. Don't y'all not have a tutor for chemistry or
Oh yeah, no. There's one for chemistry, Calc 1, and everything else, but not
Nothing for
Calc 2.
Calc 2?
No.
Calc 2, yeah. It's
aren't you guys taking discrete math?
Oh yeah.
No, that-
and
No, there's no tutor for that.
and 3.
Oh, there's multiple?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Dior
so
has to
sorry.
take Calc 3. I just take Calc 2 and then discrete math and linear and algebra and some other stuff. Some great things about computers.
It must be so fun being a computer science major.
Yeah, I love
It must be the time in your lives.
The money is great. The money is great.
I'm saying
Once you make it,
you suffer now, but then later you'll be straight.
super rich, traveling,
I'm saying.
a nerd. It's a 10 out of 10 experience.
You can be a nerd while poor.
Yeah, but it's
Nah, but you'll type one line of code and you make $300K.
a nerd rich and a nerd poor are two different people. Two different people.
What kind of people do you think we're gonna be as EOF professionals? I don't even know. I want to be like Mr. Farmer. He done dropped down on Beyonce's tour like it was nothing.
You're not gonna be back to October. What do you mean?
I'm trying to be like him.
What type of professional are we gonna be? You probably gone. I think they'll get more attached to you, to be honest, because I'm more chill. They'll get attached to you because you'll go out to them more, but they'll come to me more. If that makes sense.
I don't know. I don't even know what type of advisor I would be, to be honest.
I think y'all start fighting people.
Nah, I'm not gonna fight them. It's just you choose what you choose. I'm just gonna try to steer you in the right direction. Okay, well, speaking
You
about
got
that,
driver's license?
huh? Yeah.
Yo.
Do you guys work during school too?
Sadly.
Yes. Right now I can't because my school schedule isn't compatible with work, but I do still work. I work at a thrift store. We love you, Goodwill. Sometimes, and I used to do work study, but the federal government,
Trash.
Yeah, the federal government decided to be evil, and so that's out the
They're
that's out the window
literally
right now.
trash.
And Farmer not here, so he can't defend me.
I took the job.
Yeah, he did take my job.
He took both of our
Oh
jobs.
my god. He literally walked in the office and Bowman was like, "Oh, when you guys started work study?" We're like, "What do you mean when are we starting work study? They haven't the contracts over." He's like, "What do you mean? Yours started yesterday."
I've been checking that email every day, waiting for my contract to
Swear to God.
appear. Nah, they said not this. No.
Yeah, he get into the bag.
And mind you, it's just because Dior had privilege because he worked in the one stop.
Yo, his
To the
black
back.
privilege is crazy.
Only privilege.
Yo.
Dior, where do you work?
Well, over the summer I was actually working 3 jobs while being a student.
I'm so sorry.
Nah, it was pretty calm. I had I scheduled out my day, so life's pretty calm. Now I just work. Well, I only work in work study, and I do full-time student. But I'm also gonna get another job because I have way too much free time.
At a boy.
You said what?
At a boy. That is a real working man right there.
Wow.
But it is good for you to have free time. You do have to have that.
To do what?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
To
Yeah,
do
it
something that
definitely
replenishes
is.
your soul.
watching One Piece.
Bro, I schedule out my day. Like I do stuff.
Oh, you have like set schedule? How does your
Yeah.
schedule look?
Do you have set time in your schedule for free time?
Yeah.
So how does that look?
That's good.
Just making sure.
It's like 45 minutes of work and then like 45 minutes of break. Like everything else.
I mean, as a computer science major, I definitely feel like
Nah,
you need
that's
a break.
that's
Oh my
Like,
god.
That's
Yeah.
definitely him.
Yeah, he's an engineer.
Yeah.
oh.
Dang.
Oh wait, I thought you both were.
Nah, it's like it goes collide with each other with certain like stuff, but he's engineering, so he has design
Aerospace, right?
all that.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So he might design the rocket, I might program the rocket.
You know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh, got you.
And
Both working at NASA. Let's
and
go.
it's still not gonna work.
Okay. Guys, where do you work?
I have 2 jobs right now currently. I work for the White Goose, which is Wawa. Shout out to the White Goose.
W Wawa.
And then I work at Chickies and Pete. It's a little bar restaurant, I believe.
Might be
A what?
It's like a restaurant. It's like a bar restaurant type, like a sports
like
bar.
a
A sports bar. There we
sports
go.
bar,
I'm
yeah.
still new to it. It's cool. People is cool. The tips are cool. It's cool.
So you're officially off of training?
Yes, I am.
So
So
you
I
said
got
by
those 2
yourself.
jobs and I have class. I only got 1 class a week, so it gives my schedule pretty well if I can make a good amount of money and then try to study.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's alright.
What's the one class?
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 classes, but one is like in person, the other one's online. But the class in person is Bio 102, the lecture and lab.
Oh.
Yeah, and then discrete math is
Oh,
online
yeah.
by myself. So
Yes, sir.
I'm having a blast, a
Yeah.
fun, tistic
Wait,
time.
just you?
No, not just me.
Oh.
There's other people. I'm just saying it's online though. So like, that schedule is my schedule's. I gotta get more like disciplined with my schedule and be able to do more studying. Because right now I'm not doing too much studying with discrete math, and I'm gonna get cooked. But it's cool though, it's life. I gotta kick up, and yeah. That's what. How's your schedule? How's your schedule?
I mean, it's going. I work at the mall. I just started working at the mall. I work at Macy's.
Yeah.
They've only had me in the toy section so far. I literally have to unpack toys every day, and we get like 420 boxes a day of toys.
Those Jones be packed to the ceiling.
And yeah, I don't even know where to put them. But before that, they had me on Christmas ornaments for literally 2 weeks,
Halloween
and it was only August. But
What do you mean? How to get ready?
yeah, and then school, I'm taking 4 classes right now. So yeah, that's definitely been challenging. On top of that, I've been trying to be more involved. So we have elections for Lotus coming up soon. So I've been trying to run for president. So we'll see how that goes. Vote for Liz. Hopefully that goes good. But how's MLA doing?
It's newcomers, so it's still trying to get the nerves, worked out, because everyone's so nervous a little bit because they don't know each other or, know the guys in it, per se, so they're trying to really get accustomed and get, cool. But as long as, us people from prior, like me, you, and other people, like, make it more family-oriented, we be cool. We gonna be cool. We got a lot of cool newcomers that definitely like to talk and interact with us, so it's gonna be a cool vibe. We just gotta, stay focused and stay, with each other. And it'd be great.
Speaking of new positions, somebody got a new position for EOF Club.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking to you.
VPD.
VPD, that's
Yes. Hold on.
Well,
DVP.
Yeah, I just recently won vice president for EOF Club.
Period.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's gonna be-
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to be really fun. We're going to be doing a lot of events that service the community. We have about 3 bake sales coming up for breast cancer for Susan G. Komen Foundation. And yeah, it's going to be super duper fun. The bake sales start October 5th.
Yeah.
And then we have another one October 17th and then another one October 30th. So about every other week for the whole entire month of October. So if y'all want to bring something, Miss Steph should be emailing out a form soon. If y'all want to show up and buy something, that's also appreciated. But come out, have fun.
Yeah, that's definitely a good cause. Some other events that I really want to get more involved in is definitely Investment 101 with Mr. Witherspoon. I definitely need to learn. Yeah, I definitely need to learn how to save money, especially with not having work study. But it's cool.
We're totally not bitter.
That's
Totally
crazy.
not.
Yeah, totally not bitter. And definitely being more consistent with Wellness Wednesdays. I miss Dr. Yacht so bad.
I'm back.
Yeah, and then we also have project graduation going on. So how did you guys feel about that? Have you guys have any top 3 schools yet?
Montclair State University. Great school, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's near like, a nice little hill in the woods. But,
We're gonna be dapping up bears.
if not Montclair, I'm thinking about what's the other school?
That ain't the school for you. You can't
Stockton?
Stockton was like, I was thinking about Stockton, but like,
W.
I mean, yeah, Stockton. I could put up Stockton on there, but actually, I guess. But it's really Montclair, if not Montclair. Oh, Rutgers, New Brunswick, New Brunswick, or Rutgers, Camden.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Because they both got my majors, because I want a dual major, so they both have both of them. So either way, those schools, if not Stockton. But yeah, so those are my top 3. I guess you can say
What do
Stockton.
you want to double major in?
Computer science and anthropology.
Dope.
Yeah, anthropology, study of history. I want to do like archaeologist, like Indiana Jones, like most probably know like that. But I would do something like that and go in the field work and travel around the world. But both of those schools, all 3 of those schools should double major and they're pretty decent with like the master's program and all stuff like that.
Nice.
I have faith in you, and I also wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
word.
Y'all gonna see me on TV. Well, not on TV, in the little newspaper, newsletters and all that. Oh,
Yeah.
Nah, he gonna be in the cave.
In the ruins of Pompeii, Italy.
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna follow.
I'm not going to no cave. I ain't
Yo,
going to no cave.
if I had to, I would go to Egypt.
No, you
Forget
gotta-
that.
No,
Like
no.
discovering
You
ancient Egypt is
you gotta be
dope.
careful though. Like you go to Egypt, you go in the tomb, you ain't coming out.
There's
You gonna
mad
be in that
diseases.
That
tomb.
is true.
I would
Yeah.
love to go in the Paris catacombs.
Well, it's not like I'm gonna go looking for Cleopatra. They're trying to look for her in the ocean because her
That
tomb
lady
is in the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her tomb. They
How
made it
did
so
they
that
do
nobody
that?
can ever open it.
How did they do
Cause
that?
she's a demon. She needs to stay
She's
that
not
way.
a demon, but like.
Whoa, whoa.
Cleopatra was a strong woman.
A strong
Yeah.
woman was executing people on a will. She was executing people on a will.
What did they do to get executed on the wheel?
First of all, someone just didn't
Oh,
understand.
okay. I wasn't getting that deep, but I'm just saying like her tomb. But yeah, what are your top 3 schools?
My top 3, God.
God, definitely.
That's a great school. I like that.
I
School of
love
God.
that. You should definitely go there.
School of the Lord.
I actually don't have a top 3. Sorry to disappoint. As of right now, my choice is whoever gives me the most money. 'Cause
That's
I don't
weird.
know, man.
That's real.
That's real. That's real. What about you, Dior?
I actually don't have that I can only go to because no other school has my major. Jersey,
Jesus.
shout out Jersey. It's only Rutgers, New Brunswick,
My
with the School
God.
of Engineering,
My
and NJIT.
This
And
man.
so yeah, those are
Wow.
the only 2 schools that I can go to because Jersey has no aerospace engineering program.
I mean, it's Jersey, bro. We ain't got much going on right
He's
now.
totally not better at all.
No
Gotta go
one
to
likes
Florida.
Jersey. Nothing happens in Jersey. We are the armpit of America.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, but
You're doing a lot
we have the best education over here in
Grocery line.
Massachusetts.
Go straight line.
No, I'm not.
Harvard University,
We literally have Princeton. What are you talking
but
about?
like Harvard is number 1 though.
But
I'm like-
that's my point. Massachusetts and New Jersey have the best education
But, like,
systems.
Wait, where's Harvard at?
And Boston.
Boston, Massachusetts. I just said.
Yeah, there's some East Coast gang. They coincide with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both.
But yeah, we can be straight.
I'm sure you love Chief.
Chief who?
Actually, Harvard was the first university. You know that, right?
That's crazy. What about Oxford? In like England?
No. So okay, Harvard was actually a religious school to teach boys religion. I just learned about this in my class, by the way. Yeah, that's how they basically became a university. But it was like if you were, what is that called? Protestant? I think that's what that's called.
Yeah.
If you were that, that's the only school you could go to like basically learn, and that's why it's like one of the Ivies. So they have a lot going on over there too. It's very controversial.
That's interesting.
Didn't
Yeah.
one of the Ivy Leagues not like admit women until like the 70s
Columbia?
or the 80s? It might have been Columbia.
Probably most.
We learned that at Lotus.
University.
Yeah, it was Columbia. I think one of the first ones that like graduated from there was until like 1970.
1970?
Yeah,
Dang.
Because they still have boys' universities and girls' universities.
that's why it's so hard to get
even
into.
with the racial divide.
Yeah,
Dang. That's tough. So if you was colored, you wasn't getting in those schools.
I mean, we had HBCUs, but
It was just starting up though, right?
yeah.
that's the one thing I'm shocked about. I'm shocked that New Jersey doesn't have any like.
New Jersey's very
HBCUs.
racist.
Yeah,
Very,
like
very, very racist. They have a very racist history. We're not gonna have no HBCU over here. Like OD racist. To the max, like very
It's like in the South, racism was more like, how do I say it?
modernized.
Not even modernized, just more out, more in your face. Meanwhile, the North, it's like you have to fight an enemy that you can't even see for real. So it's like you have to prove the enemy exists before you fight it.
It's a bar.
I don't know. I feel like I really got a deep dive for like whatever school I want to go to, because like I feel like people would be looking at me the wrong way if I go to a school and they're like, dang, you know they're racist. Oh, my bad. Like, I didn't know. Like, so I definitely
That's my
gotta be
biggest
careful
fear
with
about
that.
even considering Princeton. Like, they be feeling like a cult sometimes.
Nah, but like
Yeah.
you're just there for the education. Like,
True.
That's true.
at the end of the day, after them 4 years, you getting the bread. They could be a racist school, but you getting the bread either way.
I still had to pay them to get the bread though. So
But you'll still get more bread after.
That's not.
But, like-
yeah, that's not guaranteed.
They're the only university that doesn't have a NEOF program, which is granted, alright? They have mad money.
Yeah.
They have mad money.
Yo, we had
So
a
it's
transfer
like-
fair. Princeton be giving away money.
You probably won't have loans. If you get accepted into Princeton, like I was hearing somebody explain, if you get accepted into Princeton, you won't really have loans because they have a lot alumni that feed back into it to like a scholarship fund that alumni, get back. So if you graduate from Princeton, you're gonna get back money to Princeton for other students in the future. So you get there, you might be set for life. Only if you make it there. Just saying.
You will make it there. I believe in you if that's where you want to go.
You got a DDD.
I am a mediocre student at best anyway.
I mean, they need diversity, so they might accept. They need diversity, so you
But yeah,
keep
the
it up
college process is definitely hard, and that's why I'm really, really glad we have project graduation, because I would feel incredibly overwhelmed.
That is
Thanks,
a
Ryan.
fact. That is fact.
But isn't there like a lot of conspiracy theories around Princeton?
There are.
Like
There are.
about, I don't know. I think it was
Black
one of them
squirrels.
about them being a cult.
Lost guys.
I mean, I'm quite sure they do. They are pretty religious. Like, they do have their own, like, section of the town where religious students, people who want to become pastors, that's where they go and study. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a ghost up in that library.
Nah.
Ghosts only exist if you believe in
You
them.
know what place has
Ghosts
ghosts?
exist, though, gang.
Nah,
Georgian Court.
ghosts-
We went
ghosts-
there. We went there for a tour. Nah, I was so unsettled when we went on that tour.
Or the hanging tree?
Huh?
The hanging tree?
Not even just the hanging tree. It's just like the Japanese garden.
How
I
that-
swear
how
it
that-
goes
The
so
Japanese
small.
garden and Georgian Court.
They like Japanese culture.
No, they got money. It was just like, I don't know, and like their structures were very old, so it kind of threw me off.
Mhm.
And like, you remember like how we went into like the old gym?
Oh, yeah.
That scared me. Like,
I thought it was cool. I thought it was great. I liked it.
It was.
but like the whole thing about like the hanging tree. So the conspiracy theory around that is that the husband, well, this is probably based off a true story. He had like a whole bunch of mistresses, and I guess the wife was trying to get his attention, but she tried too hard, so she died under the tree. But then or like if not, she hung herself.
She
So it's
probably
like
hung
very
herself.
different variations of the story. So I don't even know which one's true.
She probably hung herself.
Isn't it like if you look when it's like raining or thundering or something, if you look out on the window, you can see her body's from it, which is
Really?
super duper. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I got to see that.
Yo.
Nah,
No, I'm
bruh.
just saying,
I'm good
that
off
sounds
that.
fire.
I'm good off that.
Do you not want to see that? That's just me?
Nah. Yo, I'm a punk when it comes
Can
to
you tell
scary
he was
things.
born on Halloween?
Oh, that's federal.
See, that's what I
Super
said.
federal.
I told you. It's just we get a vibe from you. Like you like all that stuff.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like you into that scary stuff. He wants to go to an insane asylum.
Okay.
I would never.
It's
Haunted
more.
houses are fun though. It just depends on which one you go to.
See? The scarier the better.
Would you go to Fright Fest?
I mean, yeah, but
That's
that's,
not
like
scary.
that's not
That's
scary.
They go to an asylum where they actually.
I feel like the
patients
only
locked up.
scariest thing they got at Fright Fest is the clowns.
Yeah.
Because they just pop up out of nowhere. But other than that, it's like it's not scary.
You got any conspiracy, sir? You wanna talk about?
No, not really, not at the moment.
You sure?
Back to our point. Ghosts only exist if you believe in them.
Gang. Ghosts exist, whether you want to believe them or not.
No
Those are
lie.
spiritual beings. On different ways you look at it. Ghosts are spiritual, beings, entities. So I'm not saying you got, some Casper out there, but they're going to some type of ghost.
You
Yo,
know-
Casper's a friendly ghost though.
Yeah.
That's the type of ghost that doesn't exist. That little friendly ghost, no such thing as a friendly ghost. They want something in return, whether you know what they want or not.
They have unfinished business. That's what I believe.
Exactly. Casper didn't have no office business. He was just
Yes,
bored.
he did. He wanted to fall in love. He was a little kid.
Fall in love as a ghost, you're dead. Did not fall in love with nobody.
But he fell in love with her. That's why they
I know
kissed.
that.
They kissed again, and that was like she kissed air. He didn't kiss nothing. That's not real.
He was a boy.
As a ghost.
Yes, he went into the machine and ended up being a boy, and
He
then
was
they
a real
kissed.
boy.
Yes.
Pinocchio in my
Yeah.
head.
Not Pinocchio, but
That's
did y'all
Pinocchio.
like not watch the movie?
I watched it, but I didn't get that
He,
far. Like,
No,
he
that's
went into the
real.
machine with the little thing, cause like he poured it into it, and he became a boy.
I watched the
And
anime
then he
show.
surprised her at the dance, and then
Yes,
they
and
That
kissed.
did not happen in the anime.
wait, did he go back to being a ghost?
Ghost.
He went back to being a ghost after he kissed her.
Yeah, because he was like floating up.
So he got
All that for nothing.
for one night. He got one night kiss and then he left.
Yeah, I
Yeah, that's a
guess.
sad joint.
I don't. I remember that part.
Shout out to Casper the Ghost, my boy. He got one great night. And
Nah. Speaking of floating, I truly believe that the first landing on the moon did not happen. That is fake. That is fake.
I go back and forth on it, man.
No, that's fake.
Oh, we should ask the future aerospace engineer. How do you feel about that claim?
The moon landing didn't happen, guys. It just doesn't make sense, you know.
Yeah.
1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 in this situation.
That's real. That's real. I'm listening.
The flag moves. There's no air in space.
Let him cook.
But they're in
Um,
another atmosphere.
But there's no.
They lost the tape from 50 years ago of a great accomplishment for humans. You know, going out of space. How do you lose the tape of such importance?
Mhm.
They lost a part to the LA building and it's still not open. You don't know that.
They say that the only reason they're not going back is because we don't have the same amount of technology that they had 50
That
years
just like
ago.
doesn't make sense.
Like, we have supercomputers in our hands, and they had like paper 50 years ago. So I don't know how we don't have enough technology to do what we already had.
My thing
How
is,
did they come back if there was no
Yeah.
power on the moon to launch them back? They did not have like any sort of power system to launch them back to the Earth. So yeah.
Not to mention the
the
amount of
picture.
In this situation, a squared plus b squared does not equal c squared.
It's like the picture doesn't make sense. Like, why is the flag, the shadows on the opposite side of like him holding it? That doesn't make sense.
And there's also a clip of the astronauts jumping around. He falls, and somehow he gets pulled up with like, he must be doing core every day in the gym. he just floats back up, back on his feet. So clearly there was a string pulling him up.
The gravity manipulation.
I don't know,
Huh?
man.
said great manipulation.
Nah, I just don't believe any of that. After that explosion, like when they were supposed to go up, and I don't trust anything
But you
about
gotta
that.
understand though too. At the time, like he was trying to get to space. It was a space race with Russia. So he was trying to beat Russia to be the space first, and
Yeah, so all you gotta do is manipulate the
you recorded it exactly, and then they said we won the space race.
Also in the video, don't they say if you look closely in the corner, you can see like stage lights? at
My
the
point
top?
exactly. It was filmed
Yeah.
because they were trying to beat Russia because Russia, was they wanted to one up the U.S. and U.S. was like, nah, we're gonna
But
clutch
they
up.
did they did like fully launch a rocket. So like where'd the rocket?
Not to
go?
space. Not
Just
to
like
space.
Elon, just like Elon. They
Not
just
to
launched
space.
a car
So they
to
just
space.
put it in the. You think it's like a ship
Man,
that's
don't
orbiting
get
the
me
atmosphere?
started
but
on
never
Elon
actually
Musk.
Elon
Did
Musk
y'all
will go-
see? Nah. Did
Space
y'all see what he named his child?
Elon
he
Musk
named
will
his
go down
child.
as the greatest human
X.
being of all time.
Yeah.
As what?
The greatest human being of all time.
I'm not
We're gonna
lie.
get you
The
some
first
morals, bro.
The first
Swear
one
to
to
God.
take us to space. He launched a car into space, bro.
He was a what?
He launched a Tesla into
Elon-
space.
Yeah, there's just a Tesla in orbit.
Yeah, Elon Musk. He's not a good human being.
I don't know.
Billionaire.
He sends memes on Twitter. What other billionaire?
Doesn't
does
he
that?
own Twitter?
Jack,
It's not even
The
Twitter
guy who
anymore.
created
it's X.
Twitter.
It's X.
He sends
We're
memes.
not calling it.
It's X.
He watches anime, bro.
What does that mean? They're bad people that watch
What does
anime.
that mean?
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
bet you Bill Gates probably watched Akira one time.
But like Bill Gates is Bill Gates.
Bill Gates
Elon.
he's also evil.
Yeah, oh, of course.
They're all evil.
But if we're talking about specifically billionaires, then being evil go out the question. You're listing these arbitrary reasons for why they're not evil.
Well,
The other evil people probably do the same thing.
well, Elon is trying to benefit human society. Bill Gates is just trying to.
Benefit human society. Don't
Nah.
put a paywall on X.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, it's an app, bro. So,
Well, I heard his warehouses are very bad too for his workers.
I don't go into all that.
I mean, but you say he's a great man, so you
I mean,
really
yeah.
know about that, right?
He's the most productive human being.
Productive. What
Yeah.
work does he do? His warehouse workers do that work.
Nah, he does, bro. He's managing Tesla.
Okay.
He's managing SpaceX.
Okay. And what does his
He
workers?
moves money. Huh?
What does his workers do?
His workers do. They build the cars that he has to design and stuff.
So you recognize that it's the work of the workers,
Not the.
puts.
But like whole companies, so he's actually putting food on their table because they're not gonna have any money.
Again, low pay rates. Most of them they deserve more money than what they do. A lot of discrimination in certain places within women and people of color, and not to mention the capitalism benefits all workers 90% of the time. So he's making billions while his workers that get food on the plate on the table. What, a couple food a week? A little bit,
But like-
a little bit a week.
But if he wasn't there though,
I
they're
give you
dying.
granted. That's not necessarily true. They could have had another job somewhere else, and where they could benefit their life.
This other car company.
somewhere else with less benefits.
I mean,
You don't know
it's
that.
not-
Don't let
benefits
Tesla
there.
harm the
No,
Oh, yeah.
they don't.
the environment.
Yeah, electricity is even worse for
They're
the
not a
environment.
car company. They're a computer company that makes cars. They're,
Yeah.
If you look at the structural like hardware of the cars, it's every mechanic will tell you Tesla's
Literally,
terrible.
Yeah, it's a
My thing
computer.
is, what right now that we're seeing Teslas, without a doubt, within the next year, Apple's gonna come out with a car, 100%.
They already said it.
And y'all gonna buy it because y'all like getting scammed.
Right now, Toyota has the most
Hey,
electric cars.
stop!
They do?
We are not
Yeah.
starting this
I was so
debate.
shocked. I just saw that on the commercial.
I know
What?
that Toyota.
Toyota has the most electric cars right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a conspiracy. That's actually facts.
Yeah.
That
it's
makes
facts.
sense though, because Tesla only put out like what?
Tesla
Three.
don't. Tesla don't even put ads out.
Yeah,
Elon-
they
Elon
can
Musk
only
is
put
the
out like
advertising.
1,000 cars. Because we're still in a supply shortage. They can't get computer chips the way that they used to pre-pandemic.
So how many does David Dobrik have?
Electric
Like,
cars?
he has a whole
Yo,
bunch.
they
He
were
just
supposed
gives
to
out
box.
Tesla for days.
They were supposed to box Elon Musk and not David Dobrik. What am I saying?
Elon Musk. No,
Mr.
Elon
Beast?
Musk. Elon Musk.
No,
and,
who was the owner of Facebook?
Yeah,
The
Mark
owner of Facebook.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Mark.
Mark
Yeah, they were
Zuckerberg.
supposed to box.
Mark was gonna
Mark
kill him.
Zuckerberg?
Wait.
I don't know about that. You know,
What is like the
Elon
whole
Musk
thing
is-
behind him?
Who, Mark Zuckerberg?
they think
Yeah,
he's
like
an
why don't
alien
people like him?
Because he's like
He's
a
a
bot
billionaire,
and he's
bro.
selling people's information.
Capitalist. He's a, billionaire. Most of them are not great people. Mostly every billionaire is known to be a horrible person, morally and societally. So yeah, there's no good
Also,
billionaire.
he's specifically during the election, Facebook was promoting like a lot of misinformation. So that's why that's the main reason why people hate Zuckerberg. And that's also, I think that's the reason he was at Congress. No, he was at Congress because
Selling information.
Facebook was selling information,
people.
specifically under the guise of personalized ads, but no one really knew that's what he was doing.
Wait, people think he's an alien?
Yeah.
Oh
Sometimes,
yeah.
yeah.
His
A
reactions
reptile,
are
call
like
him
he looks
reptile.
like a robot.
Mm.
But yeah, Elon would definitely win that boxing match. You know, Mark is like 5'7". Elon is like 6 foot.
Mark has
mad.
trained in UFC.
I mean, of course.
Mark. First of all, Elon Musk is built like a upside down P.
But like-
he can't fight.
But like,
He's not fighting.
but at the end of the day, there is weight class for a reason.
Weight class, that's a fact. But understand,
He
skills
is kinda
over
built like a
skills
tank.
overpower.
How does that work?
Pure, raw strength. When
To
you
an
have,
extent.
to an extent, Mark has skills, and he has, for me, he's
Mark would just have to build muscle. That wouldn't be that bad.
no. Elon needs to build muscle. Elon has no muscle. It's just fat.
Mm.
Nothing wrong with being a little on the
Yeah.
solid side, but he's not winning.
So-
He said he's built like a tank. Derogatory.
What's another conspiracy theory you guys think about?
Can I talk about 9/11?
No, ma'am.
That is so controversial.
well, I mean,
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Blooper. That is. I don't know. Next.
well, I mean, you could talk about the American government and what's going on with townhouses.
MK.
Ooh, Marilyn Monroe. They killed her.
Of course.
The
The
CIA.
whole JFK family,
Yeah, the whole
bruh.
JFK family's kind of crazy.
Robert, all of them, they're weird.
Oh yeah, JFK wasn't killed by no sniper. He got hit from the back of the car. Yeah. that
People
was
were
the CIA.
saying that there was 2 shooters, right?
No, there was no 2 shooters. They lied about the sniper, and he got hit from the back of the head, from the back. That's why when you see like the way his head exploded, that's because that's a shotgun round that hit him. The sniper, they set up the same angle from the shot with the sniper, and there was no way anyone could physically hit that shot. Even the best snipers couldn't even hit that.
Why didn't they have Secret Service?
Dead shot.
That's the thing.
Possible sniper.
The
Don't they
secrets-
usually do that?
Because the Secret Service was behind him on the side, and they were the ones that hit him. They was the one that hit JFK from the back. That's why his wife, she ran a certain way. That is very plausible. But she ran a certain way because she knew the bullet was coming. That's why she did out the picture before he got hit.
She says she doesn't even remember.
She doesn't remember.
She says she doesn't remember doing
It's
that.
called money.
No, but what she did was, okay, first he got shot in the neck, and you could see him holding onto his neck, and then she's like, oh my god, what's happening? Then, all of a sudden, his head just... So what she did was she jumped over the car, grabbed the piece of his head, and then tried to put it back on.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but like when you're in shock, you do weird stuff.
It's called Division 1 acting. She's a Division 1 actor. She
wasn't
knows what's
like
going on.
so. Wait,
I don't
wasn't
think
his
a
like?
Division 1 actor would put her husband's broken head back.
You think she was like genuinely shocked that he got shot?
Money
No,
talks.
she knew this was coming.
I mean, I'm sure. Being your president,
I
I'm sure the risk of that is like. I'm sure you're aware of it, but
I mean, Abraham
Bro.
Lincoln.
Get.
He got shot. No, he got shot in theater.
Abraham Lincoln.
He's not a good person either. He's not a good person. He didn't stop slavery before he made it because he didn't want enslaved people to be free. He stopped slavery because he didn't want nobody to be free no more. He didn't want nobody to free nobody.
He hated the idea of like owning another human, but like black people being lower, yeah, he was like, yeah, let me get more of that.
Point being, he didn't stop it for us. He stopped because he was like, you know what?
He was like, hey, yo, I need something. I need something to talk about my presidency. That wasn't the Civil War. So he was like, you know what? Let me free these blacks.
So I'm in critical thinking right now, right? And our whole thing is to start debates. And this one kid decided to blur out, like, say, like, that he believes that George Washington wasn't racist because he didn't have slaves.
Oh,
But Washington had hella slaves.
What?
What?
I was like,
and
that's not correct.
He slept with slaves too.
Yo,
Yeah.
George Washington's
So did Thomas
slaves-
Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson had kids.
George Washington's slaves were not getting away. If you search this up right now, his 100-meter dash was 6 seconds less than Usain Bolt. He's also 6 foot tall. So
George Washington?
yeah.
Wow.
You did not know that?
I did not know.
Where is he from?
He was like not a war assassin, but he was like a really prominent war.
He was a
figure.
general.
I mean, he was a war.
I mean, but
Super.
that's only the stuff that we were told. We don't really know what
Oh
his
no,
stats were.
no! They never said anything about this. I walked into the museum fully expecting them to be like, Martin Luther King, Fox, bro. I was like, oh no.
I mean, bro was in the field, so he gotta be a little, built like he was ready for it.
I mean, Abraham Lincoln was 6'5".
Oh yeah, of course.
He could have been in the league. It would have been a great point guard.
Yeah, the whole
He could've been a
thing,
great point
even
guard.
like the conspiracy theory with Martin Luther King, how they killed him in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he
100%
wasn't
believe
dead.
that.
I 100% believe that too.
believe that.
He
So
did.
we actually had a keynote speaker at our women's conference, and she was telling us how you can literally see like the abuse they did on him because she had to fix like what his mortician couldn't. Like they made him look so horrible that it was just bad. Like even his wife was crying because he didn't look like the same person.
You know who
And
did
they
that?
didn't have the makeup tricks back in the day because you have to remember
They
concealer
they
was
purposely
companies were
painted
racist.
they purposely painted his face white.
so he looked all ashen and gray.
So they make him look like a joke.
You know who did that? The CIA and the American government.
Yeah.
The
100%.
top tier
So she literally
gaslighters.
had to come in, and I think she said she had to mix. She used her makeup, and she had to mix it up because he was darker than her. So she had to use her makeup in combination with some other stuff, and she basically had to dress his body up for the funeral herself because they couldn't. do
Yeah,
that.
she said like she 100% believes that they had to put gloves on him because he was probably most likely trying to fight back, and
Dang, that's sad.
So-
Never trust the American government ever for
Yeah.
whatsoever. Your money, your
That's
social
bad.
security, your livelihood. Don't trust them whatsoever.
That's what they're trying to do. That's what
Yeah,
they're trying to do.
100%. That's just
Yeah.
But even like supposedly didn't they do that to Malcolm X too?
My brother Malcolm got hit badly. He was at his conference and he got hit straight in the chest. People got so
in
loud.
front of everyone.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
at a conference speaking, and this is after he did his whole thing where he went to I forgot, but if you're a Muslim, if you're like from the Islamic religion, you
Oh
go
yeah,
a
because
mosque.
he converted.
He
yeah.
converted. And he went over, and after coming back, he was trying to be more peaceful, and more like just still for the people,
Yeah.
but like more diverse with it. And again, CIA, American government, they don't like people including other people, so they had to do what they do best: set them up, killed them, and then try to frame it and say that he had all these other things that he horribly did in the past. But again, they just don't like black leaders or people of color being leaders do good in life. That happens a lot, and so again, there's multiple things inside the CIA that goes on, and how they do trials constantly, and it shows you that the CIA, the American government, if people like, oh, they won't do that, they probably will do it, or if not, they already did it.
Oh, the FBI and the CIA is most definitely racist. The Fred Hampton case, personally, that's what always pisses me off.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, we have the CIA and the FBI looking into this 21-year-old kid. Why? Because he's giving kids free lunches.
What was was it Emmett Till? That is that the kid that they killed?
Yes,
Like with
in
the
the
electric
60s.
chair?
No.
Or
That's
who was
somebody
that?
else. That's somebody. Emmett Till got his face like horribly disfigured.
Oh, burned, right?
Not that sense of bird, but he got like beat really
And
badly.
his mom like had him on the display so
People can see.
Yeah, so people can see what they actually do.
So what had happened was he allegedly was with a white woman said, "Oh, he was whistling at me." So they thought, you know, they thought, "Oh, he was trying to like get at her." You know, they're racist. You can't do that. So what happened was they found the guy. They found Emmett, and they basically just desecrated his body and then they lynched him. Come to find out, 100 or so. It was very recent, like relatively recent, like a couple of weeks ago. The lady, she came out. She was like, actually, he didn't do that. And his Emmett Till's babysitter was actually, she was like, oh, he had a speech impediment. So sometimes when he said certain vowels like S's, it would have like a small whistle come out. So was he whistling? Yes, but it wasn't at her. And then before she died, the accuser, before she died, she was like, no, actually, he wasn't whistling at me. I just said that because.
She said, my bad, y'all.
Literally.
That's my fault.
Wow, that's crazy. That's horrible. Even like, what was it, the Central Park 5?
Central Park 5.
Yeah,
that.
that
I will never
horrible.
watch that Netflix show. That is one show that I can't watch.
Never.
Again,
What goes on in there?
it's basically about like a group of like five black like teenagers, and they was basically at the wrong place, wrong time, and the cops assumed them for different things that none of them really did, or
I think I heard of this.
And it's basically got accused for wrong things, and they all went to jail and never got them years back. And then when they got out, they tried to give them a little money settlement. But again, what happened in the jail, how them boys were beat up, certain things happened to them. That will never leave their mind.
And
again, that's
and even in the midst of the case, Trump was like, "Oh, they need to be lynched. They need to be lynched. They need to be put under the jail." Mind you, we were literally in the midst of the investigation that was proving them innocent.
my point being the American government, judicial system, all that, horrible.
I think the
This, like,
American government is trying to sabotage itself, and it's trying to destroy the country.
It's been trying to do that. It was built on like, it wasn't even built on good morals. The thing is, the American government cannot sustain itself for too much longer. It's going to fall eventually. Whenever it does, it will happen soon. So you better be prepared for whatever that happens. Whatever happens, just know it's coming. It's coming soon. Ain't much you can do.
All right, and speaking of being prepared, are you all prepared for our new segment? So the background is they think that I say a bunch of really big words. I don't
It's not
think
that
they're
we
really
think.
that big words.
She does.
I guess they're just proper SAT words. So we figured why not have a word of the day where I tell them a word and I'll see if they can guess what it means. Y'all ready?
You gotta use it in a
I hope
sentence.
so.
So the word.
I was close to
Anybody got any other more guesses before I tell y'all? It's got 2 meanings.
Oh.
No, you can just tell us.
What's
We're not
that?
gonna guess.
Okay, so the first. The way I use it in a sentence, it is a difficult problem.
A difficult problem or question. Like,
You
I
did
did not
use
say
this with me the other day.
Not say predicament. That's not like a problem. Same difference.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but you were like, it's something in the middle that you can't figure out. It is, but also kind of not. It's just a difficult question. It's like if you asked me to explain quantum physics, I'd be like, that's a conundrum for me, dog.
The next word.
Okay.
And the next meaning is a question asked for music. A question asked for amusement, typically one with a pun in its answer or a riddle.
Is that like?
I was never gonna guess that.
Yeah. Huh?
They use that like. Is that both of them mean like the same? Like are they both?
So
nouns?
either way, it's like a difficult question.
I was close.
Man, you know what word she used with me the
You
other
know
day?
what? Y'all 0.
Yo.
She used polygot with me. Polygot.
Listen.
In a normal conversation, she used polygot. I'm like, what are you doing? Turning Harry Potter?
She's hold on. So in the context of the conversation, for polyglot means someone that knows multiple languages, right? I figured in the context of conversation, and especially knowing that poly, when associated with the other words that it is, usually means multiple,
Facts.
i.e. polyamorous or polygon. So
You're about to see the other one?
So I figured in the context of the conversation when we were talking about languages that it would kick in and people would use their context clues. But I guess not.
But
like, who says
bilingual,
that?
trilingual, like whatever happened to that?
I mean, trilingual is a thing, but you can't keep saying, oh, quad.
I mean, you just keep doing that.
Quad. No, you really
Like,
can't.
who's gonna
At some point, you can just say, hey, yo, I know multiple. So it's simple. It's convenient.
But like they'll understand better what you're saying.
They really won't.
They will. If you hear quad, if you say quad,
Okay, well, what
and
happens
then
if you
lingual,
know? What happens if you know 8 language? You
You
are
say-
octolingual.
yeah, it's
Like, that is so much easier.
Bro,
than
just
polygon.
they'll understand.
Like, what
But
is
people
that?
don't. But people don't know the beginnings for like 5, 6, 7, and like
They'll
9.
figure it out.
Yo.
Quintuplets. How much is quinch?
5.
7?
No,
Is
quite-
it something like
Yeah,
that?
that's definitely 5.
Quite
Five?
5, yeah.
What is 7?
It's
Quinlingual.
like sex.
Quinlingual sounds crazy. I'm not saying that.
Because 6 is sin, and 7 is sex.
Sin cos
I don't
tan.
know,
Like
man.
sextuplets. That's 7.
You said sin cos tan.
What?
Sine, cosine.
Alright,
Sine, cosine,
that's
tangent.
a wrap up on this episode. Catch us when you see us.
Bye.
Bye.